The year is 1692. A cold wind howls through the village of Salem, Massachusetts. Darkness falls early, casting long shadows across the wooden houses. Inside, families huddle by the fire, whispering tales of the supernatural. Fear hangs heavy in the air, a palpable presence that chills to the bone. For in this small Puritan community, evil has taken root. It lurks in the shadows, whispering in the ears of the afflicted, twisting their words and contorting their bodies. This is no ordinary evil. This is the work of the devil himself, they say, and it will not rest until it consumes Salem whole. The Salem witch trials, a dark chapter in American history, stand as a chilling testament to the power of fear, superstition, and unchecked authority. What began with a few whispers of strange behavior soon spiraled into a maelstrom of accusations, imprisonment, and death. Over 200 souls would be accused of witchcraft, their lives torn apart by the relentless grip of hysteria. 20 innocent men, women, and even children would meet their end at the hangman's noose, their names forever etched in the annals of a community forever marked by its sins. The events that unfolded in Salem serve as a stark reminder of the fragility of reason in the face of fear. It is a cautionary tale, a stark reminder of the dangers of religious extremism, the abuse of power, and the human capacity for cruelty when driven by fear of the unknown. The shadows of Salem still linger, a haunting echo of a time when darkness descended upon a community and the very foundations of justice crumbled beneath the weight of superstition and fear. To understand the darkness that gripped Salem, one must first understand the world in which its inhabitants lived. The Puritans, a deeply religious group who had fled persecution in England, sought to establish a new society based on their strict interpretation of the Bible. Their lives were governed by a rigid moral code, and any deviation from this code was seen as a threat to their very existence. The harsh realities of life in the New World only served to intensify their fears. Surrounded by untamed wilderness, they saw danger lurking in every shadow, both real and imagined. Native American tribes, with their unfamiliar customs and beliefs, were often demonized, seen as agents of the devil sent to test their faith. Disease, famine, and the ever-present threat of attack were constant reminders of their vulnerability. In such an environment, fear and superstition flourished. The Puritans believed wholeheartedly in the existence of the devil and his ability to corrupt human souls. Witchcraft, seen as a direct pact with the devil, was a terrifying reality, a sin that threatened not only the individual but the entire community. They saw the hand of the devil in every misfortune, every illness, every strange occurrence. This unwavering belief in the supernatural, coupled with the very real dangers of their environment, created a climate of fear and suspicion that permeated every aspect of life in Salem. It was against this backdrop of fear and religious fervor that the seeds of the Salem witch trials would be sown, taking root in the fertile ground of a community already primed for accusations and suspicion. The first whispers of something amiss in Salem began in the winter of 1692. Several young girls, known as the afflicted girls, began to exhibit strange and disturbing behaviors. They suffered from fits, contortions, and outbursts of screaming. They claimed to see spectral shapes, invisible to others, and spoke in tongues. Their families, baffled and terrified, sought explanations for their daughter's torment. With no medical explanation for the girls' afflictions, attention turned to the supernatural. Suspicion fell upon Tituba, an enslaved woman of Caribbean descent, who had entertained the girls with tales of voodoo and witchcraft. Under intense pressure and possibly abuse, Tituba confessed to practicing witchcraft and implicated two other women, Sarah Good and Sarah Osborne, as her accomplices. These accusations, fueled by fear and fueled by the girls' increasingly dramatic claims, ignited the spark that would soon engulf Salem in flames. The accusations against Tituba, Good, and Osborne marked a turning point in the unfolding drama. These women, already marginalized within Puritan society, became easy scapegoats for a community desperate for answers. Tituba, an outsider because of her race and beliefs, and Good and Osborne, both impoverished and ostracized, fit the stereotype of the typical witch, socially isolated, defiant of authority, and rumored to dabble in the occult. Their confessions, coerced or imagined, lent credence to the girls' claims and opened the floodgates for a wave of accusations that would soon spiral out of control. With the first accusations made, The hysteria that had been simmering beneath the surface of Salem life erupted with terrifying speed. The afflicted girls, now hailed as the accusers, wielded immense power. Their every word, every twitch and shudder, was interpreted as evidence of witchcraft. Emboldened by the attention and validation they received, the girls' accusations grew bolder, ensnaring more and more people in their web of deceit. Fear and suspicion ran rampant through the community. Neighbors turned against neighbors, friends against friends, as accusations flew like arrows in the night. No one was safe from the reach of the accusers. Respected community members, devout churchgoers, even young children, found themselves accused of consorting with the devil. The jails overflowed with the accused, their pleas of innocence drowned out by the chorus of fear and condemnation. The social fabric of Salem, already strained by internal divisions and anxieties, began to unravel. Families were torn apart as accusations pitted loved ones against each other. The court, overwhelmed by the sheer volume of accusations, struggled to maintain order and dispense justice. The trials became less about seeking truth and more about confirming existing prejudices and consolidating power. Salem, once a beacon of Puritan piety, had descended into a maelstrom of paranoia and persecution.